Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, welcome back to Cornwall, welcome back to my living room, welcome back to spring. The sun is finally here. It's been raining for the longest time, and when it wasn't raining, there has been just a really cold windstorm that has blown through. In fact, today is the first day in a week where we haven't had wind just howling through the windows because it's been coming from a weird angle. In fact, I wasn't able to record what we were playing, Slay the Princess, which is a video game that we've been doing recently. I wasn't able to record it on Tuesday because the wind was going through the windows so hard and so loud that it was being picked up on the microphone. I was like, I guess I don't record today? Do I tell everyone? Well, I don't think anyone's that interested in knowing that, but now you know. But wait, there's more, yes, because we are standing on this bridge in a game called Stranded Deep. The channel does a lot of video game stuff. In fact, the majority of what we do is video game stuff. And you might think it's quite easy. You just hit record, you talk for 30 minutes, you hit stop, you upload, and that's it. That's not it. Because quite often I stand on this bridge and I'm like, hello and welcome to the channel, welcome to Stranded Deep, welcome to... And I'm like, hang on a second, is that how you do the intro? I don't think that's how you do the intro. You take a deep breath and it's like, hello and welcome to Stranded Deep, welcome back to Pacific Paradise, and welcome back to the sign we found ourselves on last time. And it's always like a little rhythm just to get you into starting talking about what you're about to do in the next half hour. But there's no script. There is no script. You don't write anything down because I don't have time. I don't have time to write things down. I'm working 8 hours a day. So I go to work in the morning, I get in my car, I go to work, and it's like, oh, work. I wonder how much I'm going to be paid. Not a lot, turns out. So you go from work, and you might stop by the supermarché on the way home, get yourself a tin of beans, and maybe a napkin just to dab your tears for how much you don't get paid because, you know, this economy, am I right? And then you sit down, get yourself a cup of tea, sit down in front of the computer and record some gameplay, whether it's Stranded Deep, which is what this is, whether it's Slay the Princess, which is what another game that we've been doing on the channel, or whether it's we've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate. But you might get partway through a video, you might get past the introduction, you might take the deep breath, do the introduction, and that goes well. All right, cool. And then 2 minutes in, you go to say something after being at work all day. You might not have said anything. You might have not even spoken to someone for the last 8 hours. You might have just been at your computer with a Wacom, just working in Photoshop, which is what I do. And you might have just, your brain has just tuned out, forgotten how to speak. And it's like, oh, hang on a second. Blah, 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 blah. You mess up a word. Is that okay? Well, probably. And then you mess up another word, and it's like, well, hang on a second. It sounds like you're an idiot. You're an idiot. And also, by messing up words, have you made a funny little sound that is okay in British English, but terrible in American English? Because the audience is from all over the world. There are people from Vietnam, from Canada, from, you know, places like Egypt. People who, for them, the English might not be their first language. Or it might be their first language, but they have a different dictionary. It's like, oh, hang on a second. I can either fix this in post by re-recording that line, or that sentence, or that word, or I could just, delete the entire recording and start over. I'm only 15 minutes in, halfway through a video, and I've done that so many times. There have been so many times when I've just either messed up the intro or I've got partway through and I've said something and I'm like, hang on a second, I don't know if that's right. I think that might be wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So on the surface, you're playing a fun video game, you're doing fun things, which is good. I mean, I really quite like playing Stranded Deep. It's one of the easier games to play, but one of the harder videos to edit. Wait, what? You edit Stranded Deep? Yeah. A lot of what I do when it comes to editing is actually done in the audio. So when there is a storm, a lightning storm, you have to dip the audio by 15 decibels. When you jump onto the gyrocopter, dip the audio by 15 decibels. When you jump onto the raft and use the motor, dip the audio by 12 decibels. People don't notice. People aren't listening for it. They're not thinking about it, but they'd certainly notice if you didn't do that, because you blow their eardrums out every time you rip started a petrol motor in their headphones. Which is to say, that's not the only time you do an edit. Things like Baldur's Gate, I run compression on the audio, the game audio, so that you can hear the in-game dialogue. It does mean that the rest of the game might be a little bit loud, but I don't know, you make up for that by compressing your own audio, and hopefully everything matches. A lot of this is learned. Because I've been doing it for 12 years. In fact, we've just had the 12-year anniversary tick by quietly. We started in 2013. It was a group effort. It was called Wild Slice Project back then, and there was James, and there was Nick, and there was my brother, and even Chantal. She was in the background. James and Chantal. She was quite often driving us to places like Nick's farm, because Nick was living on a farm at the time, which is where we did Snack Time, which was a series where we would take food and we would take it into Nick's barn, and we would just sample a bunch of we tried to get stuff that we didn't get in the UK, sort of like either foreign or interesting foods. Give a little taste. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But yeah, things moved on. Things have moved on. The guys either have got their own Twitch streams, so my brother does Twitch streaming now. And sometimes what I'll do, if I'm on his channel, what I'll do is I'll post up put a post on YouTube, because you can do that. You can create posts on YouTube. And I'll say, I'm going to be on my brother's Twitch stream. I'm just there as a voice. Just a funny little voice. But it's good. We've been playing Baldur's Gate recently, and it's actually kind of nice to play a co-op game with my brother, especially one that lasts that long. But as far as the channel goes, yeah, things have changed. Things have changed. You learn things, you forget things. I mean, I've forgotten how to do certain bits and pieces, but then you learn how to do other bits and pieces, and yeah, all the things that you worry about when you first start a YouTube channel is like, where does the audience come from? How do I edit? How do I make something that's good, watchable? And the answer is, do it, see what gets a reaction, do more of that, improve your own skills. Editing skills, audio work, even things like Stranded Deep has always been, this game here has always been the forefront of like technical innovation as far as the channel goes. Things like the new style thumbnails that was done in 2016, new style, and they've been updated, they've been modified over the years. They're not quite as they appeared in 2016. They've had changes done to them, but that was done for Stranded Deep. There is a way of cutting videos up into chunks before you put it into Premiere. That was done for Stranded Deep, because I was like, I need to get the encoding time of this video down, because I'm at work 8 hours a day, because after work I come home and then I record a video, and then once I've done recording the video, I get it encoding, and then I go and make dinner. I go to the kitchen, I make dinner, dinner's cooking. By the time dinner's done, I'll come back, I'll eat it, and then, yeah, once I've done eating dinner, it's usually time to upload the video. So get the video uploading, then go and do the washing up, clean the kitchen, because I am one of those people who will not have a dirty kitchen. The kitchen has to be cleaned. Yeah, I've been around people's houses and they're like, oh, I've got a baking pan and I've got it soaking, and it's like, that's not how you clean baking pans. You need a cleaner and whatever. Once that's done, once the video's encoded and uploaded, you're still going to make the thumbnail. You still got to do the descriptions. So video descriptions, there's a little sentence for each one that's unique, and the title that has to be unique. And then on top of that, you got to do all the social media stuff, and put stuff up in Discord. And it's like, oh my god. Yeah, you can get home at 5 o'clock in the evening and not be done with the channel until anywhere between 8 and 10 in the evening. It's like, all right. Which is why I don't do a video every single day. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you make mistakes and you have to start re-recording stuff. Sometimes it just goes on a little longer than you were planning. So a half-hour video, easy to get up during an evening. There's no buffer. Unless I'm going on holiday, there's usually no buffer. If I know I'm going to be away for a week or whatever, I'll pre-record a bunch of videos and then I'll set them on a schedule and then I'll go. You never tell someone you're going away. Never tell someone you're going away because that's how you get your house robbed. But yeah, there's no buffer. So if something overruns or if there's a problem, then the only thing you can do is what you can do. You can't do more of that unless you can bend time, which people genuinely can't unless, there are ways, but it requires a lot of energy in a spaceship. So yeah. Stranded Deep, usually okay. Bit of a pain in the butt to edit these days, mostly because of we add quite a lot of video clips in. So there's video clips that I've been adding in from movies, because I really like movies. I love movies. And it's quite nice to either talk about them while we're playing the video games, and sometimes we had a little clip. We had Willow last week. So Willow was added. We've added quite a lot of 80s movies. I love 80s movies. I love the aesthetic, the color grading, the film stock. I love 80s movies. I need to find water. Oh, okay. But that's throwing me. Cool. Stuff happens, and sometimes it just ruins your train of thought, and that's a good example. But yeah, sometimes we do that. The other thing that we do is I've been going through the archives, and the archives are all stored on hard drives, external hard drives, and I've got terabytes of archives. The encoded videos, not the raw footage. Don't hold on to the raw footage because I just don't have the space. So when it comes to like storing old video, yeah, I can store the final product. So I've been going through and I've been adding final product, just a few clips to the end of specifically Stranded Deep videos, because if I did it to all of them, I'd never have any time left in the evening. I did one the other day, and it was in fact a snack time video. It was the one where we ate squid and ink sauce, and I was like, oh my god, this was a video from 10 years ago. And I'm looking at myself and I'm like, oh, yep, that's me from 10 years ago. A lot less grey in your hair. And I'm looking at me on you're up there. I'm talking to a camera, but the laptop is over there, and I can see myself on the laptop, and I'm like, mate, what do you look like? You never like looking at yourself on camera, on a recording, and you never like hearing yourself. I've got better listening to my own voice after years of having to edit it. When you first hear your own voice, it sounds so strange, so weird, because you're so used to hearing your voice come through the bones in your head. So you hear the sound is kind of moving away from you. Your voice sounds very different, and you hear it through the bones in your head. So when you hear a recording of your voice, it's like, that's very different. And my brother, I put up a repo video, REPO, which is little robots, and you go into houses and you repossess a bunch of stuff from ghosts and ghouls, and it's great. It's a great video game. But my brother was on it. He said, "Oh, I don't like the sound of my own voice." I was like, "Well, yeah, because you haven't really heard it that often. When you're doing Twitch streaming, you don't listen to your own VODs." So yeah, you get used to that. What I don't get used to, because I don't do a lot of picture-in-picture with a camera, is seeing myself live action. And yeah, mate, what is going on? I don't like it. I don't like it because here's the thing. When you see yourself on a video, you see yourself as other people see you. What you don't see is you as you appear in a mirror. So when I look in a mirror and I look at myself, the image is mirrored, it's flipped over. And that's true for anyone who's on camera. The other thing that happens is the focal length affects how wide or thin you are. So the focal length, they say the camera adds so many pounds to your body. And that's literally the focal length. If you look at someone in real life, they'll look different to how they look on camera anyway. But yeah, it's a whole lot of getting used to. So yeah, you make mistakes when you're recording, and you have the option, do I just edit it out, or do I restart? Quite often I restart. You have to get used to the sound of your own voice. That's the other thing you need to do. I'm not too bad with the sound of my own voice, but seeing myself on camera, I'm just like, yeah, mate. But it's fine, because that's how other people see you. That's how other people have seen you for years and years and years, and that's how other people know you. So that's okay. But yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into making videos, and there's a lot of times when you just have to either admit defeat, because something external has happened, like the weather has closed in and is making recording impossible. Or, as I was recording this vlog earlier, I had a command prompt pop up on the screen, and I was like, oh, what's that? Well, that's because in the background, Star Citizen is updating. I'm installing an updated version of Star Citizen, and it was like, oh, do you want Windows to be able to update all the things? And I'm like, yes. Don't ask me, just do it. And now there's a command prompt in the middle of my video. What are you doing? So yeah, there are some times when you either have to stop and restart, or just, if you've done it too many times and you're feeling flustered, it's time to step away from the machine, go outside, go for a walk, get some fresh air. Because yeah, if you're hot and flustered, recording video games, recording anything, or just in general, just in life, it's like, I've been trying to do this thing for the last half an hour and it's not working. What do I do? Well, go for a walk. Go for a walk is the solution to most problems in life, honestly. It gets the blood moving, especially around your tummy. It's great if you're feeling a little down. Yeah, go for a walk, get a different perspective on life, come back and then try it all over again. Ah, good. Well, that's a vlog. I might just leave it there for the time being, because I think I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. So that's why you didn't get as many videos last week as you would have got, and that's why recording sometimes is a little harder than it appears to be. But I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it for the last 12 years, and I'll continue enjoying it for as long as I care to carry on doing this. So I'm glad to have you guys here. Thank you everyone who has been donating on the Ko-fi page. There's a bunch of links under the video. Yeah, Ko-fi is great, because running a YouTube channel is not free. There's the electricity, but there's also things like hardware. I'm going to need to replace the laptop. The laptop's over there, the screen's over there, and you're in the middle connected to the laptop. Because it's Windows 10, and it's actually 11 years old now. So I'm like, I'm going to need to replace that. I think that's something I'm going to I just got to go and get one. I have to bite that particular bullet. But there's other things like web hosting and stuff, which Ko-fi really does help with. So thank you if you've donated on there. That's really, really good, really helpful. Thank you for just being here, because, without you, there wouldn't be a channel. As much work as I put into it, it needs you guys as viewers. And whatever you're doing, wherever you are, take care of yourselves and have a bloody good day. I'll catch you next time.